You are listening to the Unstoppable You podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unstoppable You podcast with me, business and sales coach Tish Times. I teach professionals to network and sell with more confidence, make much more money, and be more authentic so that you can make a bigger impact. This podcast features lively discussions with savvy business and life experts and tips for building better business relationships. Our goal is to help you move your confidence needle in the right direction, shorten your sales cycle, and achieve massive success without compromising your core values. For more information about Tish Times, networking and sales, please visit tishtimes.com, and I would love to hang out more. So please hit subscribe wherever you might be listening to this podcast. And while you're there, please make sure to leave us a review. Well, hey there. I am bringing you today something a little bit different. If you've been listening to the Unstoppable You podcast, you know that I have been under the weather for a few weeks, had some surgery, doing some recovery and getting better, but once again, did not want to leave you hanging, even though I'm not doing my traditional interviews for a period of time. In my business, we have something called the Confidence Club. And inside the Confidence Club on a monthly basis, we have real talk conversations with special guests. And I felt like this would be the perfect time to share one of those real talk conversations with you. This conversation is with Janice Anderson, and she is a boss, to say the least. What you're going to hear is you're going to hear it in progress. Hear our conversation. Just a little bit about Janice. She combines her passion for equipping and inspiring others with her corporate background in communications, marketing, and public relations to offer leaders a strategic approach to organizational growth and expansion. She has supported hundreds of leaders in a myriad of areas. Her clients include pastors, ministry leaders, corporate and nonprofit leaders, C-level executives, and entrepreneurs, to say the least. She and her team have created powerful mentoring and coaching programs, workshops, and products that equip leaders with the tools necessary to increase their influence, impact, and income without compromising their message or their mission. You can find out more about Janice Anderson at www.moruwa, and that's MORUWA.com. And just listen in, grab a pen and a piece of paper, take some notes, and just be prepared to be amazed.
You teach what you know, but you duplicate who you are. Teach what you know. Duplicate what you are. That just hit me smack dab in my heart. I can say whatever I want to say. My girls are going to do what they see me do. And so when I'm walking around here with my head hung down, him and hawing, not feeling sure of myself, then they think, oh, that's okay. And so what I want them to see too, how the journey has been somewhat, it's been interesting, but one I don't regret on any level. My girls have seen a very strong, fierce, confident, hardworking mom who has days where she's feeling like, even though she is a bad chick, she ain't feeling bad today. She's feeling like, man, I can't get it together. What's going on with me? And so I am, especially now as they get older. So the older they are, I wish I would have had this. My vision board. If I look over here, y'all see me looking in that direction. My vision board is right in that direction.
Gotcha.
And when I was looking on my vision board for 2018 and what I wanted to see in my life for 2018, I had a section about how I wanted to show up. And I wanted to show up as the best for my girls when it pertained to my children, as the best parent that I can be, parenting them and loving them at the age that they are individually. So Jasmine is 18 and Jada is 9. And me modeling confidence for a 9-year-old and me modeling confidence for an 18-year-old look vastly different. As I model confidence for my 18-year-old, I'm talking about how there are scary moments, how I don't feel great, and how I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough for this. But then I also say, and this is how I work through that. This is what I told myself to overcome that. For my 9-year-old, what I'm saying is, Mama used to feel like that. Sometimes Mama feels like that now. But girl, do you know you're bad? Do you know you are a son of God? Do you know you are my daughter? Do you know you are a queen? Do you know you can do anything? So I bring it to her level. Like, hey, that feeling you're feeling is absolutely normal. But we are not going to stay there. And the reason why, because even if we fall, and I tell both of them this at 9 and 18, let me tell you something. You are going to fall. You are going to fail. But we're going to get up. We're going to get on up. And if we got a big old bruise, then we need to get some stitches. If we got a little bruise, we get some Neosporin and put a Band-Aid on it. But we're going to fall and we're going to get right on up. I think my mom was resilient. And I say this, my mom was the most fearfully courageous woman I've ever known in my whole life.
Wow.
She was the scariest lady on the planet. But she would do the craziest things.
Wow.
Like, how you be scary and then run up on a fight? Like, you're scary. We know you can't even fight. Everybody knows that about you. But Mama, you talking trash and you run up in this lady's face. Like, and you scary. She really, I never heard do it afraid until after my mom passed away. But my mom did everything afraid. She did everything afraid. Let me tell you why. She was never so cocky that she thought that she could do something without making a mistake, even though she had been doing it for years and years and years and years and years.
Wow.
So but she did have enough confidence to know that even if I mess this up, I'm going to figure out a way to make it right. That's where my confidence is. I work with my clients. I say this to them today. My husband, before I go to my clients, my husband, we've only been married 2 years, December 22nd. Yay, so we're still newlyweds.
Yay.
And I love him.
I bet.
And I remember when we were probably a month before getting married, we were having a debrief after one of our premarital sessions, and we were downstairs in our now basement, and we were talking, and he said, "I just don't want to disappoint you." And through tearful eyes, he was just like, "I don't want to disappoint you." And I did not start. I'm bawling now, like, "Oh, this is so sweet." And then I said, "But you are going to disappoint me, and I'm going to disappoint you, and we're going to be okay." And I think that's where confidence comes in. If I stumble over a word, if I talk too fast and they miss it, it's okay. I can fix it.
Yes.
Like I see. Confidence doesn't mean that I'm going to be perfect. Confidence to me means even in my imperfections, I'm still a bad chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still perfect.
Oh my goodness. First of all, thank you for saying that, because I'm just going to say, I know someone and I know some people who need to hear that. And I'm working with a few of my clients right now who, in their business, speaking is a part of their sales process, right? It's a part of the way that they're marketing their business. And so they're stepping in to that unfamiliar territory. And some of them are very nervous about it. And it's easy. We know this, right? It's easy to have that feeling of you walk out, you get off the stage, or you stand up from the table or wherever you were speaking, and you feel like, did I do enough? Or was I good enough? Or they were better, all those feelings. I have so been there, and I have so stopped that. It's like, you know what? I gave them my heart. I did my best, and it's over. And I can't go back and understand. And that's the thing. And I think that for many of us, that place of confidence comes from that, it's such a facade for us to even think that we could be perfect in those moments. And it's like, in all honesty, if you were to sit up there and say everything perfect and not make a mistake, I probably would believe you less, in all honesty, because I'm like, you're not real. It's not attainable. I can't relate. Whereas if you make a mistake and you jump up and you fix it, I'm like, oh, I could do that. I could totally do that, because that's me, right? So I'm so glad you said that. Thank you for that. I think that the other thing that we tend to, kind of think about is, in our business, how does it, for you, Janice, the way that you see yourself, right, as a powerful woman, as a bad chick, all of those things, how does it impact the way that you show up in business? Because sometimes we tend to separate it and think, well, I could be, really confident over here, but I have to operate in this other realm when I'm doing business, what do you believe about how we see ourselves and how it affects our business success?
Well, I'll start with that part. How you see yourself totally affects your business. It totally impacts your business. They are directly parallel and directly related to each other. They are directly proportionate. You see yourself here, your business, your success in business is going to be here. I mean, it might be right here. I really want to say it's here, but it might be right here. And maybe you might be right here because somebody decided, you know what, she don't know how bad she is yet. I'm gonna keep on giving her a chance. I'm gonna keep on giving her a chance. There are still people out there who feel that way, but what we do is, okay, I'll give you an example. I'm a stories girl.
Yes.
I can tell you this. We can't expect anybody to honor us in a way that we don't honor ourselves. And it's like, if you don't think that you're great, why would anybody else think that you're great? Why would they? So I got to convince you that you're good enough for me to do business with you. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. I got to convince you that you're good enough for me to give you my money. Crazy. So what happens to me in my business, and I've had to evolve into this person, is I feel great about who I am. I feel confident that I can give my absolute best. I get the doggone job and I'm like, oh my God, what if I can't deliver? What if I can't deliver? What if I can't deliver? I'll give you all the mantra that has really helped me with that. I heard this statement, I don't know, probably 4 years ago now. The invitation is the validation.
Wow.
The invitation is the validation. If you were invited to the table, if they signed the dotted line, if they told you to come to the webinar, you are good enough for the job. You are the woman for the job. And I rehearse that over and over again. If I'm here, I'm good enough for the job. If they signed the doggone dotted line to pay me the check, can I just be honest? I don't think that I've ever been qualified for any job that I've ever received. I don't think not fully.
Yeah.
I just been qualified to get through the door. You know, and I come with credentials. Like I'm not a half-stepping chick, but every time the job is bigger than what they say it is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like it's always bigger. So I'm not probably qualified in that moment, but I can become. And so knowing that, here's what I just told my daughter Jasmine, this is my 18-year-old, just told her that the other day. This is what I know. Any job that I sign up to do, I can absolutely do. Now, I may not be able to do it today, but I'll be able to figure it out before the time is needed. I'm just going to figure, and that's where my confidence is. So yes, I can do the job. And this is, somebody told it, okay, so what is your group like, Tish? I mean, I know how you are. Like, is this a faith-filled group?
There's a lot of faith-filled women in the group. Absolutely.
I'm going to say a faith-filled thing for you.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I met this woman. We were at this event and I had just finished speaking. This guy kept saying, I need you to meet my mom. I need you to meet my mom. I need you to meet my mom. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm going to meet your mama. Okay. I'm going to give me a minute. So I'm going to, put my man in my mouth and let me meet his mom. Now, first of all, this guy is a black guy. And he comes up to me with the woman. He's like, here's my mom. Yeah, she's not black. Like, so I'm like, that ain't your mom. This boy's crazy. But okay, beyond that, she looks me in my eye. She says to me, she said, you are a mighty woman. Okay, thank you. She said, no, you are mighty. She said, you're brilliant. She said to me, people are going to call you and they're going to ask you to do things for them. And you're going to say, I've never done that before, but I know I can do it because you're brilliant. To this day, this woman does not know. That has happened to me so many times.
Wow.
I did a capital campaign raising over $150,000 in less than 6 weeks for a very small church. I had never done capital campaigns before. And I said, I've never done one, but I think I can do it.
Wow.
And that's where I am. I don't know how I know. This is what I told Jasmine, my daughter, and this is what I know about me. I can't promise you that I know all the ins and outs of a thing.
Right.
But I know me. And I know that I'm a hard worker. I know that I will give everything that I got. I will lay it all on the court. I will admit when I messed up, and I'll do everything to make it right. I will be full of integrity. I'll be real with you. I'll be honest. And for that's why I show up well in business. That's why I come to the table. That's what I'm banking on. I'm not banking on that I'm going to give you the absolute strategy that's going to take you from 0 members to 5,000 members, because I don't know. But I can tell you this thing. I'll give you some strategies. We'll test them. We'll measure the results. We'll tweak them, and we'll try them again. I know that for sure. And we'll keep on doing it to get the one that works. That's why every time I show up, that's why I can show up with confidence. Not because I have all the right answers, but I know me. I'll work hard. That's where my confidence is.
Oh my God. Number one, if you have not yet written down that the invitation is the qualification, shame on you. Write that down. Because personally, I am going to go back and listen to this for myself, because this stuff is really, really good. I have had so many times, Janice, where I've had that phone call, that email, that invitation. And then even if I've said yes, all those thoughts start coming with, but they don't know, you can't, that, all of those things. And so that right there is golden. It is absolute gold. So I'm so glad that you said that for everybody else and for me, because we all needed to hear that. And, on that note, what is the one thing you want women in business to know about their value?
Oh my gosh. The one thing, first of all, the one thing I want women in business to know about their value is I want you to know your value. I want you to know what your value is. What is it that you bring to the situation? Wherever you are, what do you bring? I think oftentimes in business, we as women, we're expecting someone to tell us what our value is. We're waiting on them to tell us what it is we bring to the table. I'll say two things that every person who's listening or watching this live or in the replay, I can tell you two things about yourself right now. Number one, you are significant. You're not ordinary. You're not just useful. You're not, she's optional. You are significant, and you play a significant role wherever you are if you decide to show up in that way. You are significant. That's number one. Number two is there is a unique grace about you that nobody has the way that you do. There's something and it's leaking everywhere you go, but you need to know it. You got to know it if no one else knows it. You need to know what your unique grace is. What is that thing that you are graced that you are graced to bring to any situation that you're in? I can tell you, for me, I see strategies, systems, blueprints in everything. I cannot help it. Tell me a problem, I'm going to give you some steps to get out of it. Wherever we go, I'm going to give you a 1, 2, 3 all the time. I got one thing. I don't even know I might say I got 3 things. I don't know what those 3 things are. But by the time I say number 1, number 2, and 3 stop popping up in my head. It's just the way that I am. I process in systems, and I can find the other thing about me, the grace that God has given me, is I have the ability to see significance in the most insignificant situation or seemingly insignificant person. No matter what you've done, what you've been through, where you are today, I can just spend a little bit of time with you and see the significance in you. And it has been, I can tell you this, it has been it's been my business, one of the best things ever. And because of that, because I know that's what I bring to the table, even when I can't all the way articulate it, because I know that, it's made me very confident when I step up to the plate. Now, people can come, they can dress better than me. They can have more expensive pens than I do. They can have more degrees, and they can say they were on CNN and on this, and they went all these other credentials that I do not have. And the reason why I can still hold my head high is because I know that Janice Latrell Anderson, she can come up with a strategy, and she can uncover significance out of anything. And listen, hear what I said. I didn't say I can create. I can uncover. I don't create brands in my business. I uncover them. I can talk to you and I can tell you the value that is inside of you. That is a gift that I have, and I needed to know that. I need to know that before anybody else does, because what will happen, ladies, when we don't know our value, when we don't know what we bring to the table, number one, you can't own it because you don't know. So I can't even own it because I don't even know what it is. Number two, people can pimp it out, and what happens is we settle. We settle because we don't know.
Right.
I settle because I don't know. And so other people see this, if you have a multi-million-dollar diamond on it and you still thinking it's cubic zirconia, And somebody's like, girl, I gave $500 for that. You're like, okay, here, because you don't know. I know my value. So if anything else, I would say know your value. Take the time to know your value. Now, it may mean inviting other people into your life and say, hey, what do you see in me? I posted this, I was at a workshop this, hold on, do you need something you have to say before I keep on going?
No. Go.
That workshop a couple of days ago with my daughter. And I'm constantly working on myself and refining and, just being open to learn new things about me, to just be the best version of myself that I can be. And when one of the things we had to do was write down, there were 3 columns we had to fill out. One was describe yourself using high-level adjectives. Well, in all these years I've been living, I ain't never heard the word high-level adjectives. I just heard adjectives.
Right.
Low-level adjectives. I mean, you can be smart or you can be intuitive. You could, so she could be you're good or you can be outstanding. And I said, oh, okay. So she's like, describe yourself in high-level adjectives. How would you describe yourself? We had to write 10. Then she said, then I want you to describe how others, using high-level adjectives, what high-level adjectives have others used to describe you? So I pull out my phone and I was like, hey, I go on my Facebook, help, I'm at a workshop real quick. What would you say about me? Like, describe me. Give me a few words that you use to describe me. Y'all, it blew me away.
Wow.
I'm like trying to screenshot my whole Facebook. I'm like, oh my God. Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what people thought of me. But what was equally telling was what were the words that I was using to describe me. Because in this case, these people saw something in me, and I feel pretty self-aware, but they saw things in me that I did not even see in myself.
Wow.
So then what if somebody sees in me what I don't see in myself, and I come lowballing myself because I only see myself as worth $500, and these people see me as worth $500,000, and then I'm wondering why I'm still broke, why I'm struggling, why I can't make ends meet, why I don't have the right team, why I'm attracting clients who can't pay. It's because I have not owned the value that I bring to the situations that I'm invited into.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I would say know it and then own it.
I love that. Such good stuff. I remember, Janice, doing an event and having done an event for probably a few months by that time when I was doing my, the monthly events that I currently do. And I'll never forget, pouring out and having a good time and getting great responses. And then someone stopping me and said, how do we work with you? And I stopped and I was like, I'm not really sharing that because I, at that point, did not really understand my value. So I didn't even see, that someone would want what I had to offer, number one. And I'll never forget this. And I remember the lady who said it. And it was both embarrassing and enlightening at the same time. She stopped in the middle of my workshop that I am hosting, that I'm facilitating, that I've invited all these people to. And when I told them what it looked like, she said, you're not charging enough. You're worth way more than that. In front of all of my guests. And I was like, oh my God. And it really made me have to stop and reevaluate how I was seeing myself at that time. And I've had to do that multiple times over the course of my, my life and my business. But it was so enlightening that I didn't see myself the way others were seeing me. And they were begging me to charge more because they knew that the value was there. And if I didn't recognize the value, I wouldn't even be able to give them more.
Right. Exactly. See, when Tish, like I can know, when I know my value, if what I'm saying, I just said this to a woman today, when you know what it's worth to you, when you know your value, what you're discussing is not what you're worth. You're discussing what you're willing to accept.
Yeah.
I'm saying, listen, what's going to happen? Child, you can't even pay me.
You can't afford it, right?
You don't even know a number for that. I mean, really. And quite honestly, let me just be real, because it costs me so much.
Yeah.
It didn't cost me just my degrees in school and my investing in coaching and my consistently going to webinars and reading books. And you see all these books over here and all these stacks of stuff that y'all can't see over here that I do. It didn't just cost me that. No, it cost me failing and being embarrassed. It cost me all my insecurities. It cost me walking through my deep wounds of poor self-esteem, poor self-image. It cost all of that stuff I had to go through to become this woman that you're seeing right now. I paid a dear price for this. It cost the nights that I was away from my children. It cost when I didn't have any money And I was trying to figure this thing out, and I was borrowing the internet from my neighbor in order to use the to run my business. So I was using their internet from my house to run my business. I had no cable, and I had a cell phone, and I was running my business. It cost all that. It cost me all of that, and that's not even including relationships I lost and gained and all of that stuff. There is no price for that. But because I know the value to me, I know the value, I can confidently say, I'm willing to accept this amount. Now, when I got to what that amount was, this is how I think about that. My mom told me, my nickname is Trail. And my mom, if you can't tell by now, a couple of things. I talk very fast because I'm from Savannah. And they call us Geechee, and Geechee people tend to talk fast. Also, 5. And so I had to get my words in quick. Yeah. And then I'm from the hood. Okay. So then we get all that together. Okay. My mom used to call me Trail, and she said, Trail, you work too hard to always be broke. Yeah. I was grown up, real grown, with several degrees. I was still asking my mom for money. Yeah. She said, you work too hard to always be broke. Wow. She said, you're not charging enough per transaction. That's what she told me. I said, what? She didn't even understand what I do because, most of the time I was in business before my mom passed away. She kept asking me, when you going to get a job? Yeah. Because in her mind, she couldn't understand what in the world I was doing. I have an MBA. I had a great corporate job making. I had a corporate card. I was traveling all the time. Why would you start whatever this thing is that you're starting? Yeah. And you borrow some money from me. She said, so she would say to me, well, you're not charging enough per transaction. If people are paying you, you're not charging enough if you still broke. Right. She told me that. She said, when you get paid, and I know you didn't ask me this, Tish, but I'm just going to share this with the lady. Go ahead. When you get paid, she said, when people pay you, it should cover something. It should cover something. It should cover your car note. It should cover your insurance. It should cover your grocery bill. It should cover something. Yeah. The transaction should cover something. Stop having these little transactions that can't cover anything. I was like, okay. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking because I love what I do and I love the results people get. And I just get excited because y'all get excited. And I get excited because you all help. Except for you being helped is not paying my bills. Exactly. It's not getting my food, it's not buying me no new makeup. It's not paying tuition. Yeah. And so I realized I just had to reframe that value. And so now I come from a place of this is what I'm willing to accept. Yeah. I love that. I totally love that. I heard a podcast not long ago, and the guy's name escapes me right now, but he does real estate. And he sees every real estate purchase as a bill. So he says, other people go and get loans and everything. He goes, no, I buy a house and every house covers a bill. So he says, buy the house, rent it out, and that rent is going to cover my monthly mortgage. And that rent is going to cover my monthly, so that's how he runs his business. He does very well, obviously. So I totally, it's like we have to look at it from that perspective. What am I really in business for? Am I in business just to help people? Because we are in business to help people. But are we able to make a profit that's going to cover our lives? So this is about a lifestyle as well, right? Wanting to be able to live differently. Yes. So, well, I know I've kept you for a while. I want to ask you one more question that I think is important. And I just heard this today. And when I heard it, I had you in mind. I said, I can't wait to ask Janice about this because in leadership, whether we're talking about as entrepreneurs or talking with people who are in leadership, like you work with people that are leading ministries or leading businesses or whatever, sometimes we think we need more leaders. And the person I heard what he said is, we don't need more leaders. We need leaders that are better people, meaning that have more integrity, that operate in character, that will lead by a standard opposed to just carrying a title. What is your thought about that statement? We don't need more leaders. We just need leaders that are better people. I totally agree. I think I agree wholeheartedly because I'll just go back to that. You reproduce who you are. And so if I'm a leader with character and integrity, by default, I will create people who are just like me, And I think what's happening is I think we don't have a lot of leaders. We have a lot of people who are out front with titles. But they ain't leading us nowhere. I mean, like the way that they're leading a path of destruction. Yeah. And so for us, there's certain things, my daughter and I, and even with my clients and I, we focus on specific core values that we focus on exhibiting throughout all of our work together, because that's just who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, for me, ownership is a core value. If you don't take ownership, I don't want to work with you.
Yeah.
When you mess up, I need you to take ownership, because I can't trust you if you don't. So then that means I can't, if you don't take ownership, when I'm sharing with you something that I see that you've done, you can't own and say, you're right, my bad, I'm sorry, I should have done that. We can't move forward because I got to act like you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I got to participate in the lie, and I'm not participating in the lie.
Right.
I'm just not, because I don't, guess why? Because I don't have to. You know, this is my business, and I can work with whoever I want to work with, and I choose to work in a way that honors God, that honors that a legacy that my children can carry on, that I'm proud of. You know, it's not that I'm not going to make a mistake. It's just when I do, I own it. And so, what are those principles that are essential for me, that are essential to be present in the relationships that I have with others? And I think a lot of leaders today, I'm not going to say that. A lot of leaders that we see today, have gone away from that. The focus has been on everything but that. It's been on the numbers, image, and then it's a false image, because it's doggone. So we have this thing we call, when you are mesmerized by something or someone. I always ask to make sure I tell my daughters, don't be mesmerized. And mesmerized, when you're mesmerized, you only can see one facet of a thing. You don't look at the whole thing. So you're celebrating that this person is a bad rapper. You know, she's making a lot of money. She's doing all this stuff, except for she's selling her body. She's not home with her children. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's cheating on her business deals. But she can rap, and she dressed, and look at the whole thing. Look at the complete picture. We do it with athletics. They are amazing athletes, but they're cheating on their spouses. They're lying on their taxes. Don't be mesmerized because of their athletic ability. And so, like in business, it's not just that you're a great marketer. It's how do you treat your team? You know, are you on time for meetings? Do you honor their time? Are you respectful to them? What do they really like working for you? Are their lives better because of you? Do you pay on time? When you're not paying on time, are you honest to say, hey, I messed up? I mean, what is going on? It's like all those little things. I mean, get back to character is who you are when no one's looking. And then when they are looking, what you're saying about who you are, like, is it the same? So I totally agree. That's why I do a lot of work on me. Because there's always something to work on. It's always something. And I can say this, Tish, not only do you need to work on you, you can't work on you without being in community. And I think as women, especially in 2018, some of us believe the lie that we are self-made and we can do this on our own. And all I need is me and my coach, or me and my book, or me and my journal, or me and my relationship with God. And unfortunately, that is not sufficient. Because God is the one who placed us here to thrive in community. How many friends do you have? Like, what are your relationships with your friends? Oh, I don't do women. Yeah, I sure didn't, because they be doing the most. But then, ma'am, you're a woman. You're a woman. So, like me now, the friendships that I have, they sharpen me. I see stuff about me I don't like. I see stuff about me that I love. I see that I have to tolerate something. I choose to tolerate some things from my friends. Let me say that correctly. Because I know they are choosing to tolerate some things from me. I'm not and I'll just say this in vulnerability. I am so not the show up friend. I don't be coming to stuff. I'm better. I'm much better. I'll write you a card, a check. I pray heaven down for you. You know, I'm just not trying to come. But people need you to show up. They want you to show up. They need you to show up. They may not say, I need you to show up, but they do. I'm telling you, having relationships have just taught me so much about me and how to have give and take. Having friendships makes me a better wife. Having friendships helps me to groom my girls in a better way. So because those are the things that really highlight the parts of your character that need to be worked on. When you are face to face with somebody else that's not you, that don't think like you, and don't think that your stuff don't stink and everything you do is great, but will say, that was jacked up right there.
Yeah.
You hurt my feelings right there. You did this right there. And I feel a lot of leaders today, they don't have people that hold them accountable.
Yeah.
They instead have people that manage their damage.
Yeah. Ah, my God, you're so, so, so right. And I think that fear of being held accountable, on some level, it's like, I don't want to surround myself with the people who are going to show me that mirror and make me have to own my stuff. So I'm just going to either be by myself, or I'm going to have people that I pay who have to do what I tell them to do and say what I want them to say. And neither of those are healthy if that's the only way we're trying to operate. God, that was
right,
good.
and it's limiting. That's the thing. So then it's like you're fraudulent because it's limiting. You are capped. I mean, I look at some leaders that are respectful, that are respected publicly because people don't know what goes on privately. There's high turnover in your team.
Yeah.
It's high turnover. I mean, it's like I mean, I know I've worked for some of them.
Yeah.
I work for, and it's like, it's unfortunate because then they're capped and they can only go to this place.
Yeah.
And they have to make a decision. Am I comfortable with this place? And unfortunately, in 2018, that place is a nice place for many of them.
Yeah. So true. So it's like they're respected publicly and sometimes hated privately. Because it's like you don't want to read their profile. You want to talk to the people who work the closest with them, and then you're going to really understand who they are in most cases.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. I could probably talk to you all day long, and we will definitely have to do this again because I just love your realness, because so few people will just bear it all and just like, this is who I am, this is what I deal with, and this is where I struggle. But at the same time, I understand my value, and I'm so grateful for you. For those of you all who are with us, I'm not looking at the Facebook Live. I might jump over there real quick and just see if anybody's asking questions. You know what? Keena's there. Keena, if anybody's asking a question that we need to address, then just let us know, and we'll be happy to pull them in. I see Kimberly. Kim, if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand, and I can definitely pat you in. And anyone else who I'm not seeing right now, I see it. Okay, we're getting a thumbs up that we're good right now. But I will just say to you all, listen to this more than once, because I'm right here with you, Janice, and I'm going to listen to it again because there was so many good nuggets. I probably will never forget that you teach what you know, but you duplicate who you are. And if you're a parent, I dare say we have to really swallow that and take that in so much. And I hear Kimberly saying that was great and inspiring information. Thank you for sharing. And I know Kimberly has 4 daughters. She has quadruplets. So this, I believe, will be really helpful for her and all of the other women that have girls specifically, but children, because I have boys, and I'm still very intentional about helping them to be confident and understand their value and own their worth and all those things as well. But Janice, any closing remarks, anything else you want to share? I'm not going to ask you any specific questions, but if there's anything else you want to share, the floor is yours.
Well, first, I really want to thank you for the opportunity to share today. It's a pleasure. I respect you greatly. And I share the sentiments you have shared about me. When we first met, I was like, I like her. I was like, I want to know her. I want to know her. You have a presence. And then every time we talk, I'm like, I know that's why I like her. And so I just appreciate you and thank you for this opportunity. And I wanted to say something regarding the statement that you pointed out. We reproduce who we are. The beautiful, we teach what we know, we duplicate or reproduce who we are. The beautiful thing about that is this. We keep growing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're on this continual path of becoming better, who I was when I had Jasmine, the 21-year-old mom in college, But the one young lady she is now is a product of all of the things that I have become through over the years. So there's no shame. There's no shame. I know for women, we tend to take, and I'm saying we, because I be doing it too. We tend to take the beat up route. Like we're gonna beat ourselves up. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell this. I didn't do this. I didn't. No, breathe. You're here today.
Yes.
You learned something new today. Implement what you learned today, where you are right now. Those things will still matter to your children or to whoever's on your team. The reason why taking ownership is such a big deal for me is because I know I'm going to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
And I want an opportunity to recover from my mess up.
Oh, yes.
I messed up.
Yeah.
That's what I want to reproduce. A woman that says, "Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That wasn't good."
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm doing. And I think so. Don't shame yourself. Don't fall into shame. Don't give way to shame. If I said anything, don't give way to shame.
Oh, I love that.
We did the best what we had with where we were with what we had. But from today, what's deposited in you today, what you have in you today, how are you going to show up even better? I think if we as women can consistently remember that, show up with what you have today, you'll be okay.
Love it.
Show up fully with what you have today. Yeah. Show up fully with what you have today is what I would say. Show up fully with what you have today. What I have today at 40, child, I didn't have 39. I didn't have 37. Let me say, what I have today in me after 2 years of being married, honey.
Oh my goodness, I hear you.
I love my husband. He's absolutely amazing. But the character building process that has happened over the last 2 years has produced a woman that was not even the woman I was a year ago.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so I own the mistakes of my past. They do not own me though.
Woo. Wait a minute, I got my little thing here. That is so good. That is so good. I can't even tell you. Yep. They cannot own you. I love that. On that note, I'm going to say thank you once again. Thank you to all of you all who are listening now and later. And we will definitely be back in touch with Miss Janice later in the year because she has got to come back. Got to come back. Thanks a lot, Janice.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening in today. I do this podcast because I want you to have real confidence in business so that you can master sales conversations, network like a pro, and make life-changing income. Sometimes just hearing someone else's confidence story can be the springboard or blueprint for you to leap to your next level. I hope this episode has left you with answers as well as questions to help you begin to explore how you can become even more unstoppable. I'll see you back here next week. Make sure you hit the subscribe button or the like button wherever you might be listening to this episode so that you can stay up to date on what's happening on the Unstoppable You podcast. Can't wait to see you back here next week.